We'll wait for 2 minutes because let others also join. Okay. Good evening. Yes. Okay. So I'll share my screen. Okay. Then we'll start with the class. So where were we? We were doing exercise 1.3, right? If you can hear me, right? If you can't hear me, then you have to write. Okay. So students, we were doing question number 3. I can't see your chat. Please write something. You can hear me, right? All of you can hear me? Okay. So, please give me a moment. I don't know. Something. Okay. So students, we were doing exercise 1.3. We were doing question number 3. Okay. Are you all there? All of you can hear me? Can all of you hear me? Please write if you can hear me. Just write yes. Hello. Not coming today. You're not writing. I can't see any response. No one is responding. There are 29 participants, but okay, then we'll start. Good. So all of you can hear me. I'm starting. You remember we did in the last class, we did that question number 3 we did. Okay. We were doing question number 5. We stopped at question number 5. So remember what we said? We said that there can be maximum of 16 digits that will repeat. Did you do the question? Actually, how many repeated? Anybody? Yes. Yes. So how many repeated? Harshika, 10? No. No. So anybody did it or not? You all. Did you divide 1 by 17? Because we have to, because some books are giving 16, some are giving 15. Okay. So according to me, it's 15. See, you want me to do it? How it is 16, I'll tell you what is the answer, what is going wrong. See, you will get, when you will divide 1 by 17, you will get 0.0588, okay? Then 235, 294 11 764 7058. Now, out of this, only these 15 digits will repeat. Okay, these are 15 in number. So that is why we can't, the answer is not 16. Answer is 15. 0 will not repeat. 0 is not a remainder. All of you, Ananya, Gulam Azin, Marzia, Sarosh, Rajni. So understood? 15 is the answer. It can be less than, yes, it can be less than 16. We said maximum of 16. Okay. So it can be, see, when we did 1 by 3, only 0.9 was repeating or not? See, when we did 1 by 3 or 10 by 3, what happened? We got 3.3 bar, no? So only one digit was repeating, but maximum 2 can repeat. Okay, so it can always be less. Okay, let's look at this question number 6. It's very nice question, very helpful also for your future. I want all of you to read the question on your own also. I am also reading it, you also read. Okay, it says look at the several examples of rational number in the form p by q. So we will look on our own, where p and q are integers with no common factors other than 1. Okay, they are co-prime. If there is no common factor between them, it's co-prime and having terminating decimal representation. So we have to take terminating decimals. Then can you guess what property q must satisfy? So this is actually, this question is more of a property. So what to do? Let's take some terminating decimals, terminating rationals. Okay, think of 1 by 10. Okay, 1 by 10 is terminating or not? 1 by 100, 1 by 1000. All these are terminating. Okay. I want you all to respond a little bit in the class. So we know all of these are terminating because this will be 0.1. If we convert it, this will be 0.01. This will be 0.001. Correct? Okay. Like that, if we can take 2 by 100, 2 by 10, like that. So if we have 10, 100,000, it will surely, what will happen? It will surely terminate. Okay. Okay, let's take some more. What about 1 by 2? It will terminate 0.5. What about 1 by 4? Is it going to terminate 0.25? Isn't it? What about 1 by 5? Will it terminate? Tell me, 1 by 5 will terminate or not? Amar, yes. Yes, will be 0.2. So can you see anything common here? Anything that you can see there is something common? See, let me see what you are saying. Yes, yes, Tasneem. So we will come to the conclusion that if the denominator is a multiple of 2 and 5 only, okay, if some other number comes, then it won't be. So if the denominator is a multiple of 2 and 5, then what happens? The decimal is a terminating decimal. So conclusion will be that when q of the given rational number write it has either 2 or 5 or both. Like see in 10 we had 2 into 5, no? Okay, 2 or 5 or both of them as the only prime factor, means there should not be any other number. Then it is a terminating, then P by Q represents a terminating decimal. Yes, it can be 2 square. Yes, 2 square, 2 cube, whatever. Like it, if it is 2 square, it's still a multiple, no? Yes, 2 cube also, Evelyn. Okay. So it can be, okay, let me give you an example. Just see here. See, what about, let's see 7 by 8. Divide and see what will happen. This is 7 by 2 cube, isn't it? I can write it as 7 by 2 cube. What will happen? If we will divide, we'll get 0.875. So isn't it terminating? So it can be 2 cube, any multiple of 2. All of you understood? Anybody, any doubt here? We can also have, I will give you one more number, 8 by 125. Do? Any multiple of 5, yes. It can be 2 and 5. It can be, let me give you a general form. So that means we can have any P and Q should be 2 power any number, natural number, or, and 5 power, it can be any number. Okay? But only 2 and 5 should be there. Yeah. So 0.03. Okay. So understood. Let me proceed to the next. This thing is important, like a property you can use. Looking at the number, just factorize your denominator, bring your rational number to the lowest form, and then you see. Okay, then you can easily see whether it is going to be a terminating one or not. So you can use this one as a property. Okay, let's take the next question. Write 3 numbers whose decimal expansion are non-terminating, non-recurring. So question number 7, do. All of you write. Give me at least one example. What are they asking us? They are asking write 3 numbers whose decimal expansion are non-terminating, non-recurring. So they are asking you give 3 examples of irrational number. Isn't it? So you have to give me irrational numbers. Others are not giving. All of you. Yes. Root 2 pi, root 3, correct. In decimal form, can you give? Root 5, correct. Aman Singh, root 2, correct. Root 2, 3, 5, 7, correct. Root 25 is irrational or not? Tell me. Evelyn. Okay, correct. Decimal form, correct. Rajni, correct. Root 2, okay, we have to give 3. Okay. Mazin, correct. Root 2 is correct. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Root 25 is rational, correct. Because root 25 is equal to 5. Good. So all of you have got it. 5. Charlie D'Amelio. So I think you're new to the class. 5 is not irrational. 5 is not an irrational number. Okay. Yeah, root 25 is equal to 5. That is rational number. Okay. Geeta said right. Correct. Okay. Root 25 is 5. Correct. Okay, Charlie. Okay, let's proceed. So all of you can give the example, no? No need for me to write. Should I write? Or I can tell you root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6, any number which is not a perfect square. Then we can have pi, then we can have 0.10, 100, 100, and so on. I can increase ones also, and so on. Okay? So you can give any example. There are infinitely many. Let's do question number 8. What it says, find 3 different irrational numbers between the rational numbers 5 by 7 and. So first thing that you need to do, convert it into decimal. Convert them. 5 by 7 will be equal to what? Convert into decimal. Take 2 minutes. I want all of you to do on your own. Okay, I understood, Charlie D'Amelio. Okay, I understood. Okay, root 25. I asked, no, in between. Yeah, correct. Okay, now all of you do question number 8. I want to see, we have to find 3 different irrational numbers between 5 by 7 and 9 by 11. So to find irrational numbers between them, we will have to convert them to decimal first. Okay, convert into decimal. I'll let others also do. Umar, Tasneem, correct. Okay, so 5 by 7 will get converted into 0.714285 bar. What about 9 by 11? Others give me the answer. Divide and tell me 9 by 11 in decimal form. Okay, 0.81. Yes. So 0.81 bar. Yes, 8181. So 81 bar will come. Okay. So now let's, okay, good, all of you. Now, see, we want to write what? 3 irrationals. So between 7, 1 and 8, 1, how many numbers are there? So many numbers are there. We can start with 0.72, okay, 0, 72, 00, 72, 000, okay, like this. Next can be 7300, 73000. Like this we can make. Then 7340s. Okay, like that we can have as many we want. Then we can have 0.74 and the same thing. Continue. Yes, we can do this also. Just the thing is, they should not repeat. Tasneem, we can do this also. Okay, so we can have 740, then 7400, 74000, and so on. So all these, like that, you can create on your own whichever numbers you feel good. Yeah, 73, yes. Okay, let's move to the next one. All of you have, I hope you noted it down. Okay, let's go to question number 9. See, clarify the following numbers are rational or irrational. Root 23, rational or irrational? All of you write. I want more answers. Irrational. Why? Why is it irrational? Who will tell? Savita? Akash? Yeah, it is not a perfect square. Evelyn, understood? It's not non-recurring, that's okay. Because for that you have to write in decimal form. But we will write it is not a perfect square. Okay, since 23 is not a perfect square. We'll write that. Since 23 is not a perfect square. Okay, this thing we will write. Otherwise, if we write it is non-recurring, we will have to find the square root. And then we will say, see, it is non-recurring, so it is not a rational number. Okay, since 23 is not a perfect square, so root 23 is irrational. Okay, next one. Quickly do this one. Root 225. Is it perfect square or not? Did you find? Okay. Root 225, if you want to find out, it will be 15. Okay. So just for the students who haven't understood or who don't know how to do it, I can do like this also. 225, if I factorize 3 times 75, then again 3 times will give me what? 25, then 5. Okay, will give me 5 and this. So this can be written as 3 square into 5 square, which gives 3 and 5, which is 50. Okay, so it is a perfect square. Oh, so it is rational. Next one, third part. Is it rational? Correct, because it is terminating. 0.3796. Rational. Okay, it is terminating. Correct. Because it is terminating decimal. As it is a terminating decimal. As it is terminating decimal. Next one, see. Next one, non-terminating but recurring. Okay, so again it is rational. Fourth one, non-terminating but recurring. It's recurring. You can put a bar, isn't it? So rational. And last one, fifth part, non-terminating. Yes, irrational. Correct. Correct, all of you. So I'm happy that you have understood the concept. So it is non-terminating, non-recurring. Non-terminating and non-recurring. Okay, so it is irrational. Okay, so this finishes the exercise and we will proceed towards the theory part. Okay, I'll let you know. Okay, next thing is, let's learn something new today. Just give me a moment. Okay, so now we will do representing real number on number line. But we will take some numbers by, and this method will be called by successive magnification. See, till now we were just doing, we just represented like 1.5 or any rational number we were representing, but we never thought of how we will represent numbers. We will do, Evelyn, we will do. Everything will be there. Operational on rational numbers will do next after this. Okay, so representing real numbers on number line will do. And the process will be by successive magnification. Actually, we just want to prove that all real numbers can be represented on a number line. Okay, the purpose behind learning this is because no one is going to ask you to represent. But the thing is, we want to prove that we can represent any number on the real number line. Okay, let me take one and show you how it happens. For instance, if I take 2.665, okay, so first thing that I notice is that 2.665 is going to lie between what? 2 and 3. Okay, it lies between 2 and 3. So on my number line, for sure, I will have 0, I have 1, I have 2, then I have 3. Okay, so I know my number is going to lie somewhere here between this. This is the zone. Okay, so what to do? Divide it into 10 equal parts. For that, we'll make 9 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so first line will represent 2.1, 2.2 like that. So 2.1, 2.2, let me mark here. This is 2.1, like that 2.2, 2.3, then we have 2.4, 2.5, then is 2.6, and this is 2.7. So clearly 2.665 will lie between what? 2.6 and 2.7 now. This is clear? Okay, so next step, because here can be divided into 10 parts, this very little space. So we will magnify our number line and we will draw it in the second step. See how to proceed. Now, since we know that 2.665 is going to lie between 2.6 and 2.7, we will magnify our number line. Means we are not going to mark from 0, 1, 2, 3, all this. I will just mark 2.6 and 2.7. Okay, we are magnifying it. Now divide it into 10 equal parts. So 9 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what is the first one? This is 2.61. What do we need? 2.66. So 2.62. Next one, 2.63, 2.64, 2.65, and this one is 2.67. 2.66 and next one 2.67. So now 2.665 will lie between 2.66 and 2.67, correct? So again we will magnify. Third step, we will magnify again. So this time what will magnify? We will magnify 2.66 and 2.67. And then again divided into 10 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9 divides into 10 parts. Then again, now what is first? This one is 2.661. Next one is 2.662. 2.663. What do we want? 5, okay? So 2.664 and the next one. This is going to be our 2.665. So we have shown how we can represent our decimal number up to 3 points here in this example. Likewise, we can, if it was 2.665 and some other number, then we can do one more step. Any doubts here? Anybody? See, actually, this one will not come in exam. Hopefully, it doesn't come. Even if it comes, it will be like very not that complicated, simple one. No, not understood. No doubts. Okay. 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 So this was simple. Actually, we are first judging at each step. We judge. Okay. Let's take one more question, and then we'll move ahead. So what happens when we have a bar? Let's see, take one example where we have a bar. What will we do? Let me see what. For us, they omitted this exercise. Okay. Even if they omitted it, doesn't matter, because we are just, what we are doing, we are trying to understand that all real numbers can be plotted on the real number line. That is why we are calling them so. Okay. Till now, you haven't learned how to plot it. And for those, even if they have omitted, still you should know how we can plot. Okay, I'll take quickly another example and then we'll move ahead. Let me take one number where there's a bar. Suppose I take 5.37 bar. Okay, as soon as I see a number with a bar, what we do? We need to decide. We need to decide the degree of accuracy. Means now since 7 will keep on repeating, so we have to see till how many decimal places we want to plot it. Okay, so suppose I take 5.377. Okay, if I decide, okay, I want only this much accuracy, then now I can plot it like in the previous step. So we'll start with 0. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and it will lie between 5 and 6. Then divide it into 10 equal parts. You will have 5.3 and 5.4. It will lie between 5.3 and 5.4. Then next step, what we'll do? We'll magnify and take 5.3 and 5.4 only. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so then 7th part, this is 5.31, like that, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one is 5.37 and the other one is 5.38. Then next step, again magnify. So next step will magnify. So we will magnify what? We will magnify 5.37 and 5.38. So then again you divide it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. And then 5.377 will be, this is 5.371. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one. So 5.377. This is the point. Okay. That's how we are showing that you can represent them. Sometimes if they give you a bar question, they will mention. Otherwise, normally we take up to 4 decimal places. If they don't mention, you take up to 4 decimal places. Yes, normally they will mention. If they will give you represent 5.37 bar on the number line, then what they will do, they will give you up to degree of accuracy, say 5 or 6 or 4. Okay, something they will give you. And if they don't give, then you say, okay, let us take the degree of accuracy to be up to 4 decimal places. And then do. Okay, this was more important from the point of view that all real numbers can be plotted on a number line. So what is the conclusion basically? Conclusion is every real number is represented by a unique point on number line. We can take, we should take like, yes, take up to 4. If there is a bar, suppose it was 28 bar. So 2828, at least minimum 4 you take, okay? Tasneem. Okay. The next exercise is about this only. You have to represent this. I want you to try it on your own. Exercise 1.4. Okay, students, I want you to try on your own. It will clear your concept. Okay, Omar, what is the doubt? Tell me. Write, if possible. Omar, write your doubt. I'm waiting. Can there be many requests? Uh, two bar spaces. Yeah, I didn't get what's the doubt. I hopefully what I can understand is you are saying, can we have more than 2 bar? Isn't it? Are you saying that? Yes, of course. Why not? You mean like, can I have 5.3 275 bar? Can we have like this? Is it what you are asking? 5.3. Can we have more than one number in the bar? Yes, we can have. See what will happen? I will have 3275, again 275, like that, no? So what's my problem? Nothing. I will take up to, if I am deciding my degree of accuracy is 4, I will take only this 5.3275 I will take and plot. Okay, Umar. We can have, see in the last question we had 1 by 17. So there were 15 numbers which were under the bar. We had 0.0 and then we had long list of numbers. Yes, if they are not mentioning, either they will mention in the question that take 6 degree of accuracy. If they are taking, telling us to do till 6, we will take this till here. Okay, Tasneem, if they are asking us to take up to 6 degree, but they will not ask you that much. Okay. It's basically, see, this exercise is basically to just let you know how a bar number can be represented on number line. Okay, it's not about right now you are gaining the knowledge that will be required later. And this knowledge, because you may think, ma'am, how we will plot this number on number line? Like that irrational number also we can plot on the number line. Did we do root 2, root 3, root 5? We did, no? So try to understand what we are saying. We are saying when we are talking about real numbers, because till now, did you do real numbers? No, na? So we said we are now talking about real numbers, which includes rationals plus irrationals. Okay, this is the overview of this chapter. Now we are saying both of these can be represented on number line. That's what we are saying. You can represent how you will represent, we are telling you, showing. You can represent on number line. Can be. Rationals to we already knew, na? This is what we conclude from here. Because first time you people are doing real numbers. Okay. So I want all of you to do exercise 1.4. In that we have 2 questions. All of you have book or not? So in case you don't have book, so you have to do exercise 1.4. It has 2 questions. You have to visualize 3.765, okay, on number line, and let me see. Okay, don't worry. Okay, let me open and show you. Otherwise, you have on MyWay Teaching. Okay, mywayteaching.com. There you have. Okay, from here, I'll just open the book. You note down the questions. For those of you who don't have, I'm just opening the exercise. See, Tasneem, see, second question, visualize 4.26 bar on the number line up to 4 decimal places. Then they are mentioning. So just note down the questions. All those who don't have the book. Otherwise, you can go to mywayteaching.com. Okay. I will tell you my website is there. Please note down. Okay, good. Evelyn, you are saying if they are giving us, see, if they are giving, actually when we calculated it came out to be 0.1, isn't it? But we will 0.9, but will represent at least two visuals. It will come very close to 1 only. Okay. So I feel we will represent 0.9 bar will be 0.99 like that. Okay. So automatically after first visualization, what will happen? We will be here dividing it. So this will be 0.9 and then this is 1. So next visualization 0.9 and 1. Then when you will divide into 10 parts, this last one is 0.99. So then you will, after 2 digits only, we will say that it is nearing to 1. Okay. So actually 0.9 bar is a special case. Okay, all of you, all those who have, by chance, if you don't have the access, suppose you don't have access your books, you can go to my website, okay, mywayteaching.com. Okay, then select your class. Then select the chapter, and there you will find NCERT book. So you can open the book if you all want. Okay, I'll proceed. Let's do very important thing now. Thank you, Tasneem. Okay, let's, now the thing that we are going to do is very important. Okay, these things will never get repeated. I want all of you to listen, and if you have any doubts, ask here itself. Okay, we'll start. Let's see how much you can finish today, but no problem. We'll continue with this. What we are doing operations on real number. Now, when we are saying operation on real number, means we will consider irrational and rational everything together. Operation on real number. Now, we will not say rational or irrational. Real number means both of them. Okay? Okay. So, let's do one thing. Let's add one rational and one irrational number. Okay, let me take one rational, say I take 2. And let me take irrational, say is √3. So think what happens. If I added, what will happen? I will get 2 plus, what is the value of √3? 1.732050 and not terminating. So what will I get? 3.732050 and all the remaining numbers. So what I am getting, when I'm adding one rational, one irrational, I am getting, this is irrational number. You can note it down if you want. So if you add one rational, one irrational, you will get irrational. Okay. Next one, let's subtract. So again, same thing, let's subtract. One rational, one irrational. Let me take the same example. Let me take 2 minus √3. What will happen? I will have 2 minus 1.732050 and so on. So let's do rough work. Do rough work and see how much we are getting. 2.00000 it is. I can put as many zeros I want. 0.732050 like that. Isn't it? So I will borrow. So I'll keep borrowing like this. Okay, let's stop here and see. So what is left? All these are 9s. Correct. So what will be here? 0 point something I will get. But will it terminate? No. So let me take, and so on. Okay. So answer will be 0.26794 and so on. So again, it is irrational. No, see, I have just started. Okay, so just this is like we are learning the property. Tasneem, we will not find decimal always. We have other rules, other ways of finding. Ma'am, Mohammed Ayan, ma'am, I did not understand from the starting part of the operation on real numbers. Okay, okay. So what I am saying, no problem. I'll repeat. See, Ayan, what I'm saying, we just started with operation on real number, means we will see what happens when we add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay. So we are taking one rational number, which is 2. The other one is a rational number, which is root 3. Correct. So now, then I took the values. Okay. For those of you who understood, good. Those who haven't, because one student said didn't understand. So Ayan, see, so we had 2 plus root 3. Now 2 is 2 here. Root 3 value I have found out. We should remember values of root 2, root 3 minimum. Okay, we should always remember. So root 3 is 1.732050, and then it's non-recurring, no irrational number. So we will get 3.732050 and so on, which is irrational. So one property, if you add one rational and one irrational number, you will get irrational number. Okay, this becomes one property. Next one, if you subtract one rational and one irrational, you get irrational number. Okay, you will get an irrational number. So this is your second property. We are doing more like properties, then we'll discuss more methods. Now clear? Yes, it can be negative. It can be negative. We can have negative irrational numbers also. Okay? Because see, real number line extends both sides. Okay, let's talk about multiplication of rational and irrational. Okay, so let's talk about, let's multiply. Again, one rational I'll take and one irrational. So suppose let me take something different, 7 root 5. Okay. So I am telling you that root 5 is equal to 2.236 and then it's recurring, non-recurring. So we will have 7 multiplied by 2.236 and this number is not ending, right? Because root 5 is irrational. So what we'll get? We will get 15.652 and again it will not stop. So what is the variety we have? Is it rational or irrational? So this one is irrational or not? So again we will get irrational number. Fourth, we are saying let's divide. Divide. One rational and one irrational. So let me divide 7 by root 5. Okay. So if I want to divide 7 by root 5, whenever we have square root in the denominator, we will rationalize. Okay, we will learn about this method. But how do you rationalize? Multiply and divide by root 5. This process is called rationalization. So what we'll get? 7 root 5 upon 5. Correct? Now 7 root 5 we know was 15.652. See here. 7, so this is 15.652 and never ending number given by 5, divide by 5. This will come out to be 3.1304 and then it will continue. So again it is irrational. Okay, so again, irrational number. Anybody who hasn't understood can write. Then I will see. So from here, what we can conclude? Conclusion what? If you take that sum, comma difference, comma product, and division of one rational and one irrational number is irrational. If you have one rational number and another one is irrational, one irrational is irrational. Yeah. See, we will do more questions. We will come to some more properties, okay? Gopi, Mukund, Gopi, are you feeling bored? I know almost time is over, but don't worry. What Tasneem you asking? How to do this? Okay, multiplication will be endless, right? But we'll do up to 3-4 decimal places. Okay, Tasneem, because the number is never ending, no, and it is not repeating also. So we don't know the numbers ahead. So we'll do up till like root 5. If they give you 2.236 up to 3 decimal places, we will also do up to 3 decimal places. See, I did 15.652. When we did 7 root 5, I also did only till 3 decimal places because they gave us root 5 up to 3 decimal places. Division also, they will give you value of root 5. Okay. Basically, you want to show it is irrational. Here, for example, we are trying to show. But when you are doing mathematics in your higher classes, it won't be required, okay? Because we will never bring it to decimal. We will solve it without bringing it to decimal. It's just because we want to show you what will happen. Okay. Okay, one request, students. Can you please log in 5 minutes earlier in the class? Because in between the class, I have to keep admitting the students, no? And if you're like 40 minutes late, don't join, no? Try to come on time. Okay? Okay, so we'll stop here today. And thank you all of you. Thank you. Bye.